Using the create.sql file that was already created for us and provided for us, most of the data had to be replaced to match the assignment parameters. The original file had information that was incorrect, as well as information that had to do with the My Guitar Shop database. It did not have anything to do with a student management or academic auditing, so the majority of it needed to be rewritten and replaced. Since I needed to call my database something, I wanted to call it student management. In order to do that, I needed to replace all of the APs that were found in the original coding and change them to student management. This will give the database not only its name, but as well as tell it where to run any of the code that's associated with it. The next step was to change the table names as well as the column names found in each table. Here you can see that each table is labeled and the columns have been created within each table. For example, the first table created was class audit. Within class audit, I have a column labeled course name, section, semester, faculty, credits, students, grades, program, and graduating class. That way, if you ran a class audit, or the class audit database, I should say class audit table, that information would all be available. You would be able to see not only the course name, but also the sections, the semesters they were offered, the teacher, the faculty that taught it, how many credit hours, what students were in that class, what their grades were, what their programs were, and where in their academic graduating class they were. Also, each column needed to be assigned a variable type, and since the database would be used for academic auditing, each parameter or column was listed as no null, requiring that the data be present. Since this is, like I said, an academic auditing database essentially, the majority of the parameters were varchar 50 or varchar max, meaning that we had varying characteristics up to 50 characters, or max would be just as many as needed within that column or within that table. Since we don't know what the course descriptions might include, they might include integers, they might include special characters, we don't know. So using the varchar would be the best choice for this particular variable type. Here we can see, using the Object Explorer, the list of created tables within the student management database. We can see that, in fact, we've created the table class audit, the table classes, the table college, the table enrollment information, the table faculty, the table semester, the table student information, and the table transcript. Once again, using the Object Explorer, we can open an already created table, such as class audit, and look at the list of columns found in each table. This is a good check and balance as you're creating your database to ensure that you did not overlook anything. So as we're looking, we can see that the columns that have been created or added to class audit are course name, semester, faculty, credits, students, grades, program, and grad class. If we look at the code that we were writing, we can see that, in fact, those are the columns that we wrote in the code as well. Once we've decided what tables we need and what columns are needed within each table, we need to fill in the data that will be seen when the database is run. Here we can see data from the class audit table, the transcript table, the student information table, and the classes table. Let's look at the class audit table a little closer to see what we did. Starting with the insert command, we had to identify the table in which the data was going to be inserted. In this case, it's the class audit table. Now we need to list the columns in which we're going to add data. Course name, section, semester, students, faculty, credits, grades, program, and graduating class. Since SQL does not know what to do with those columns without us telling it, we need to use values to express to SQL that we need to put information in the columns we've already identified. Each row of the table is blocked off using parentheses. The values for each column within that row are separated by commas. If the data is anything other than numerical integers, it must be in single quotation marks. So take a look at the first row of class audit. We start with parentheses, since it signifies the beginning of a row of data. The course name is Intro to Databases. It's section 001. The fall semester, Joe Alamo is the student. It's being taught by Rick Van Hines. The course is 3 credits. Joe received a C for the course. He's in the secondary technology program, and he's currently a sophomore. Make sure to end the value list with parentheses to signify that there is no more data to be added at this time to the row. You can see that we added 8 more rows of information to the class audit table. As we're creating our database, it's important to run sections of code in order to check to see that it is what we want it to, and that it's actually working and looking the way we intend. Using a select statement, I can tell SQL that I wanted to look at the columns class ID, class name, section, semester, time, date, author, faculty name, college, and credits that are found in the classes table that I created. As we are creating our database, it is important to run sections of code in order to check that what we want is actually working and looks the way we intend. Once all the information that we need in our databases has been created and sorted to its appropriate tables and columns, we can now use our database to run our queries. So here we can see 3 different queries run simultaneously. In these queries, we can see information about specific students, including their names, the dates they enrolled, and their cumulative GPA. We can see information about specific faculty members, including their names, faculty IDs, what type of faculty member they are, being full or adjunct, the courses they're teaching, and their email addresses. Finally, we can see information about the different colleges and some of the programs they offer. Using the student management database, we can search courses by the semester they're offered, as well as the time and the day of the week they run. Since we built a database that we could use to audit academics, it would not be complete with the ability to look and sort information of students by semester. Let's take a look at a query for semesters. We need to have the classes offered, their course number, the section, when they're offered, who's teaching the courses, which college they are in, and how many credit hours. We can see that in the fall, we have 3 Intro to Database classes. We have 2 classroom management classes. In the spring, Intro to Typing is offered, as well as 2 Intro to Typing classes offered in the summer. We also see in the spring that we have 2 database classes, 2 statistics classes. During the summer, we've got a computer application course. We also see computer applications being offered in the spring. We have a course of creating storytelling with Alice offered in the fall, the spring, and the summer. And finally, we have network infrastructure management being offered in the spring. In this query, we can sort by their colleges, faculty names, the time of day that the course is being offered, how many credit hours. It just depends on what we're specifically looking for. Let's look now at classes that each student is currently enrolled. We need to know the student name, their program, the courses that they are currently enrolled in, the section numbers, the faculty teaching those courses, and how many credits each class is worth, as well as the credit level of each of these courses. We can see that the database organizes the students by their name. Then they list the program, each course that student has been enrolled in, the faculty member that taught the course, how many credits, as well as the credit level for the course. We can see that Joe Alamo has taken 3 courses, Donald Matthew has taken 2, Peyton Ray has taken 2, and Juan Manuel has taken 2. Finally, let's take a look at how students are doing. We need to know their names, the program that they're currently enrolled in, what level they are. Are they freshmen? Are they sophomore? Are they juniors? Are they seniors? What's their cumulative GPA? How are they doing? And finally, let's go ahead and look a little bit at the class audit. So in other words, let's see what kind of courses they're taking and see what their course history might be.